conscious I've got 5 minutes, so this will be at speed. But very quickly, I'm just going to give you a quick minute on Greencore, what we do, who we are, and then a quick overview of how we're approaching, for us, the lean, green environmental agenda. So who are Greencore? We're a convenience food business. We're an Irish-based business, but we have operations in the UK, Ireland, and more recently in the US. Turnover there you can see with 7,000 people, and we are listed on both the Irish and the London Stock Exchanges. That's where we are. We're quite a northern-based business in the UK. Most of our manufacturing activities are in the UK, but as I say, in the last sort of 18 months, we've gone on to the sort of east coast of America too. And that's what we do. Quite a range, a heavy presence in chill foods. We often say our claim to fame is being the world's biggest sandwich manufacturer, so if you often read about Greencore, that's what the headline will tend to be. But we do everything from ready meals to cakes to pickles to soups and sauces, so quite a range of both ambient and chilled goods. In terms of the environment, it's interesting when we looked at the evolution of our environment agenda. I know when I sort of went to my boss and said, I want an environment manager, can I go out and recruit one, please? And he said, are you sure? And I said, yeah. And that was in 2005. And very much at that time, it was about compliance. It was about, we've got this climate change agreement, we've got this IPPC thing coming at us, and let's try and deal with this. And our current environmental policy areas, which you can see there, you've probably all got them, and it is about getting those foundations in place, I think, before you take it to the next level. But really more recently what it's been about for us is these supporting processes, about the training and awareness and the measuring and monitoring that has allowed us to take the whole environmental agenda to the next level. And I'm just briefly going to touch on both our Lean Environment Programme and particularly a waste management project that we've been running, and the two are very much overlapping with each other. In terms of managing waste in Greencore, we do follow the hierarchy. We do believe it's more important to prevent it if we can before we look at the various disposal routes. And as I mentioned, and I'll come on to lean environment and what that means to Greencore, but we have both a lean environment programme, which really focuses on the top of the pyramid, and then we've had a waste management programme, which I'll talk about first, that's focused on the bottom of the pyramid. For us, in terms of waste, this is just an example site. It's a real site. And these are just ideas that we've done. We've looked at waste in every aspect. We've looked at how it's generated, how we dispose of it, and how can we just do it better. And it is just that little bit of radical thinking and almost looking at the obvious ways of tackling it. But this is just an example of some of the things we've done, whether it's compacting the waste so it's removed from site left often, to sending it to a more user-friendly disposal route, or to actually get a regular income from stuff that we'd have been happy to just get rid of for free in the past. But actually, can we get a revenue for that? Can we get an income from it? And without going through all those in details because of the time, these are some of the things we've achieved, which has a huge value to the business, to the bottom line, but actually it means we're not no longer sending waste to landfill. Those are just our overall waste KPIs as the result of the project that we've tackled. Our overall waste, so that's absolute waste, is down by 5%, and we actually have most of our environmental metrics measured per tonne of product. So our waste per tonne of product, and this is just year on year, this is just previous year versus last year, our overall waste per tonne of product is down 10%. And year on year, you can see as a result of that, we're sending less to landfill, we're sending more to environmentally friendly disposal routes. And the net result today is that 11 of our 12 sites in the UK now no longer send to landfill, which we're very pleased about, and we're hopefully shortly going to land number 12 as well. So that's just a little bit about waste. In terms of lean environment, this is what we did in terms of how do we tackle this subject. What we didn't want to do was introduce another initiative, because initiatives start with a bang and then fizzle out very quickly. What we wanted to do is really tackle this subject by making it part of something that was already in the business. And the traditional approaches to lean operations were quite well embedded in Greencore. So what we basically did was take the environment and make it a module of our standard lean programme. And our initial focus was, let's look at those low-cost, no-cost improvements. And the key areas, let's face it, as any food business will look at, energy, waste and water/effluent are key areas to target. And it says there it's a 12-week programme. It's a 12-week programme to get the concept up and running on a site. It doesn't mean we do 12 weeks and that's it, it's all over. It's how do we, within our business, support the team to get this off the ground. And what we do, we go in and we work the team, the site team, we do it on a site at a time. And the site puts up a team that they would like to be part of the lean environment team. And that's everything from a hygiene operator to the shop floor, engineering across a range of disciplines. And we train them in the environment and what to look for. And we get them to use the techniques that they've learned through their lean training and apply that to the environment. Fairly simple stuff, really, but it's just about raising the awareness, looking in. And one of my favourite pictures that we actually have on our lean programme is we make quiche. We have pastry cases coming down a line, and we deposit the custard mix into it. We have a sensor that if no pastry case comes down the line, it doesn't deposit. But what happens is, if one pastry case comes down the line, but the other 4 lanes are empty, it still deposits. And how many days, for how many weeks, for how many months have we walked past that and all missed it? But because we brought the focus in, a simple sensor, very low cost, can stop all that quiche custard just going down onto the floor or down to the drain. Waste food, waste effluent. So it's just those simple ideas, and we've had so many fantastic simple ideas. We talked before about a bottom-up approach. This is very much a bottom-up approach. The guys on the shop floor, on the lean team, looking for those simple, quick wins to drive performance. The other thing we do for that team, once they've had their training, once they've come up with the ideas, my team actually help them put a pound note sign against that. And without a doubt, when you start putting pound note signs against these ideas, it starts to grab attention. And then what the lean team do, they present it to their senior management to get the buy-in to go ahead with these projects. Some of them are just get implemented sometimes before they even get to this stage because they're just so obvious. But some of them might need a small amount of investment, or it's a slightly different approach to doing something. So these guys are getting to present to the senior site team, the site directors, the site finance directors, and the ideas that they've come up with, get buy-in to implement them. And then that's what we do. We go ahead and implement. We monitor and measure that we've delivered the savings we said we would deliver. And then we use those as case studies for the rest of the business. So if we've implemented at a particular site, we will then share that out with other businesses, because if they've got that technology, if they've got that equipment, they've got that refrigeration system, we can very quickly share those learnings. Just 2 very, very simple examples. You can probably read the sign that says pastry waste only and non-food waste only. Yeah. Yes, I'm afraid that is one of our factories on a real production day. But it just shows what, this is real life. And it's then using that team to get the right segregation, to get the right colour bags in place, to separate the food waste from the other waste and actually, dispose of it in a better way and get a recovery of costs from it. Similarly, the bottom picture was, we produce meals, finish the number of meals we need to make, depositor gets wheeled to the washroom, quick changeover, onto the next line. But we were actually wasting the best part of 60 tonnes of sauce a year. Huge amount. Again, very, very simple. So, and I wear a food safety hat as well as the environment hat, so recovering that product in a safe way means that product gets reused, so we're saving the food waste. And the other thing is we're not putting all that effluent down to drain as well. So as I say, very, very simple ideas, but very effective. So just to summarise, our KPIs, we are a little bit KPI crazy. We like to measure these things, but we're very proud of what we've achieved in the last year, and we know we've got a lot more to go at. And that's me very quickly.
Great. Thank you.